Hi people, it's me Anja. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. Today's video is a part 3 to my favorite Sapphic books with Sapphic main characters because it's that time of the year again. If you didn't know, February is LGBT History Month. Some people celebrate this in October and other people celebrate it in February. It all depends. So basically, first book on this list is called 10 Things I Can See From Here. This book is a YA contemporary that follows Maeve, who's struggling with general anxiety, and she's trying to balance many things in her life, one of which is a new Sapphic romance. I really enjoy this book because Maeve is such a wonderful, resilient, realistic character, and her anxiety representation was so well done, and her Sapphic representation was so well done as well. The Sapphic storyline in this book is so good because the Sapphic romance was so fluffy, it was so well done. This book is so underrated, and for what? Because it's absolutely so good, and the cover as well is so vibrant and just so cute. You know what I mean? This book is so good, and with that I highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called This Is What It Feels Like, written by Barrow. This book is YA contemporary and it follows 3 former best friends who must band together and compete in a musical competition. This book is so good. One of the 3 main characters is black and Sapphic, which is fitting because February is also Black History Month. Anyway, this book is so good. I absolutely really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the 3 distinct perspectives. All 3 characters blended well together. I really enjoyed their friendship, and like each perspective is very distinct. You know what I mean? Like they never blurred together because they're so different, but they're also so similar that I never felt like each perspective was jarring or anything like that. Does that make any sense? Basically, this story is so good. I really enjoyed their friendship. I really enjoyed their distinct personalities. I just really enjoyed each of their storylines. This book is so good and so underrated, and for what? It's absolutely so good. And I also really enjoyed the musical elements in this story. Basically, this story has it all. It's absolutely so good. It's one of my favorite YA contemporaries. So with that, I highly recommend it. Even though this review is kind of all over the place, but you know, that's how it be on my channel. So yeah. The next book on this list is called Ship of Smoke and Steel. I know I've talked about this book recently because I just finished this trilogy last month. But anyway, this book is a YA fantasy and it follows a young girl who must go on an impossible mission to steal a legendary ghost ship. This book is so good. The main character is bisexual. There's a female romance in it. This book is absolutely so good. I really enjoyed the world building, the action-packed, fast-paced plot, the Sapphic romance, the character development. This book is so good, and this trilogy is so underrated, and for what? I know I've said this entire year that this book is so underrated, and for what? That the word underrated has probably lost its meaning, but this book is genuinely so underrated, and for what? And it's absolutely so good, and I absolutely really enjoy it because the world building, the plot, the characters, the romance, each element blends well so effortlessly. This author is so talented, and I'm so excited to see what he has next. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited to read more YA from him. So basically, this book is so good, and I highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called The Neville Tilting World. This book is YA fantasy, and I absolutely really enjoyed it. It follows 4 diverse and distinct perspectives, 2 of which are daughters of goddesses who are desperate to heal their broken world. This book is so good. I really enjoy the cast of characters in this story because it's so diverse. There's disabled representation, there's POC representation, there's Sapphic representation. This book is so good. I also really enjoyed the world building, the action-packed, fast-paced plot. The 4 diverse perspectives were so well done because, like, this is what it feels like. Each one of them felt so distinct and just so diverse and just so well done. You know what I mean? Each perspective added something new to the story, so it never felt jarring to switch perspectives, nor did it felt like each perspective was the same. You know what I mean? This book is so good, and I absolutely really enjoyed it. And I'm so excited to read more from this article because their writing is just so well done. You know what I mean? So basically, I highly recommend this book because it's absolutely so good. The next book on this list is called I Hope You're Listening, written by Tom Ryan. This book is a YA thriller, and it follows a girl who hosts an anonymous podcast that's dedicated to missing persons because it's dedicated to her best friend who went missing a decade ago. This book is so good. The main character is also Sapphic. You love to see it because there's a female-female romance in this story. Basically, this story is so good. I typically don't read thrillers as much as I read fantasy and contemporary and historical fiction because thrillers become very predictable very fast. But with this one, it was so intriguing, and honestly, I did not predict any of the plot twists that happened. This book may be one of my favorite thrillers next to Truly Devious and the Inheritance games. You know what I mean? This story is so good. I really enjoyed the action-packed, fast-paced plot, the intriguing world building. Delia is a very realistic main character. I really enjoyed her Sapphic romance. This book is so good, and it's so underrated, and for what? Again, I know I said that a lot, but basically, this book is so good. The next book on this list is called Dangerous Remedy, written by Kat Dunn. This book is a YA historical fantasy, and it follows two girls who are part of this group who rescue people who are about to be guillotined because this story is set during the French Revolution. However, their latest rescue doesn't go the way that it typically does. This book is so good. I really enjoyed the world building, the action-packed, fast-paced plot, the Sapphic romance. This book is so good. I absolutely really enjoyed it. I am so excited for this sequel. It comes out in June, I believe, the 10th of June, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, this story is so well done. I really enjoyed every single element of this story. I know I talked about this book fairly recently because I mentioned it in the part 2 of my favorite historical fantasies, but basically this story is so good. It deserves all of its hype and so much more because it's so underrated, and for what? It's absolutely so good. So with that, I highly recommend it. The next book on this list is another book that I mentioned last week, and it is A Curse of Roses. This book is so good. It's YA historical fantasy, and there are 3 trigger warnings on this story. 1 for religious-based self-harm, 1 for religious-based eating disorders, and 1 for religious-based internalized homophobia. This book is so good. I really enjoyed the world building, the Sapphic romance, the action-packed, fast-paced plot. The cover itself is so pretty. This book is so good, and I absolutely really enjoyed it, and you can tell that the story's own voices as well with the Portuguese representation. This book is so great. It's absolutely so good, and I really enjoyed it. So with that, I highly recommend it because this book has it all. The writing is so lyrical and beautiful. The world building is so lovely and well done. The Sapphic romance is both fluffy and angsty, you know what I mean? Like, it's the right balance of being fluffy without it becoming too cheesy or juvenile, and it's angsty without it becoming too overwhelming. You know what I mean? This book is so well done. I absolutely highly recommend it if you haven't read it already. The next book on this list is called Who I Was With Her. This book is YA contemporary, and it follows a girl, and after her past girlfriend of the past year passes away, she can't tell anybody about it because she's not out. This book is absolutely so good. I just really fell in love with the characters, the storyline, the romance. This book is absolutely so good. Aside from Late to the Party, this book is probably one of my favorite Sapphic books of 2020. This book is so good. I was going to include this book in my most underrated books of 2020, but with that video, I wanted to focus on authors of color, so I didn't. But basically, this story is so good. I absolutely really enjoyed it. So with that, I highly recommend it if you're looking for a wonderful, lovely, angsty story with such a great Sapphic romance in it and such a great, strong, resilient main character at its core. This book is so good, and I'm so excited to read more from this author. So yeah. So So, in conclusion, happy LGBT History Month. Like I said at the beginning of this video, some people celebrate LGBT History Month in February, and other people celebrate it in October. It's actually similar to Black History Month, which some people celebrate in February and other people celebrate in October. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below your favorite Sapphic books. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!